Awesome, everybody. So welcome to a breakout room. All the organizations have about 12 minutes to cover the questions. 8 of those minutes will be to present, and then 4 minutes will be for question and answer. Again, you need to pick somebody who's going to represent the feedback that you're giving back to the whole group, and you've got 3 minutes for that feedback. There's 3 organizations here. I see my tech guys here. Can you just send me a text in the chat, Andile, if we have all the organizations we're supposed to have in this group, because we only have 3 instead of 5.
Hi, everyone. So here I'm seeing that you have Candice, Johannes, Kolo, Marie, Payne, yourself, and Simone.
Yes.
So we didn't have everyone attend.
Okay.
Initially, so every room has got the same number of people.
Okay, cool. No problem. Great. So we only have 3 organizations here. All right. Okay. Thank you. So Kulu, Johannes, and Mari, who would you like to select to represent you back to the main group for your feedback? And then we can resume presenting.
Thanks, Julia. Seeing that we're focusing here on male caregivers, I will nominate Johannes to be our rapporteur.
Don't.
Johannes is running away.
I agree. Johannes, represent us.
Okay, Johannes, happy to.
Listen, Julia, I am off in about 15 minutes from now.
Okay.
So if it's going to work, I'll do it. But if it's not within the next 15 minutes, then it's not going to work. But
okay.
Is that all right?
I doubt, because you've all got 12 minutes. So that means you'll be the first person to talk. Between Kulu and Mari, somebody needs to feedback to the rest of the team. So who would it be?
From the World Needs a Father. So I'm not, but anyway.
Yeah. Mari, Kulu, any takers? It's just us, you know. Okay, Kulu will do it. Okay, great. Oh. Okay, Johannes, I'm starting your timer. So your 8 minutes starts now to present your organization. You can start.
Thank you. I'm even on a timer. The World Needs a Father. It's a worldwide movement. We're active in about 100 countries worldwide, and we train trainers. So that is who can present different programs in communities, right, all over the world. My role within the World Needs a Father is I'm part-time working with them as a researcher. So that is what we do. The beneficiaries are mostly men. In the last 2 years, we've developed a program for women as well, for wives, which is called Mother Design. So, but mostly, predominantly men. But different programs, different sort of phases of a man's life, almost the husband's life. Lessons, maybe I can say that the one thing that we are trying to do at the moment is develop a theory of change for the big organization, and then for the different programs as well. I've been probing about this since I joined the organization, and now at the moment, currently, we are doing it. So we're developing a theory of change, as well as a theory of change for all of the programs, so that we can do some monitoring and evaluation, and even try to do that on a global level, so that we can really see who we are working with and how they look like. So lessons at the moment is that there's a huge need, but I think we need to know about our effectiveness. So in what ways do you want to connect, collaborate? and grow. I think particularly I was listening to the previous speaker about the M&E. So we would like to connect in terms of M&E. I think that would be another thing that we've recently grappled with is how families differentiate in South Africa and how you target different kinds of families, because men fit in families in different ways, and how you target the differentiating ways of where men are with different programs. So I think we would like to be part of that think tank.
Awesome. Thank you, Johannes.
I think I'm going to stop there. If you want to ask questions, you're welcome, but I think that's more or less it.
Okay. Everybody got questions for Johannes or anything you'd like him to elaborate on, thoughts you want to share, please raise your hand and then you can go ahead. Welcome, Tunzi. Tunzi just joined us. Yeah. Any questions anybody has? Cool. I'm not sure if you're talking to us or you're reading the questions there. You're reading the questions. Okay. Right. No questions, Mari? Questions? Further clarity? Oh, Kulu's hand is up. Okay. Yes, Kulu, please go ahead.
Greetings, Johannes. I didn't get the part where you guys are operating. Where are you based? Maybe you can clarify that.
Headquarters in close Cape Town, Bellville, close to Cape Town, but in approximately 100 countries worldwide. But the headquarters here, so in all different, yeah. But we work from Horizon, which is in Bellville, close to the N1. Did I get everything? Did I miss something?
She's happy. Okay.
Thanks, Julia. If I may ask, Johannes, I didn't get the part where you what exactly is the structure of your programs, like the delivery model? How long do they go through a program? What does it entail? A bit more detail on that, please.
I'll share as far as I know, because I don't know all the details, but there's a dad's talk that goes on for a few weeks. It's about, and then there's a program which we call the journey, which is a father son of about 12, 13 years old, because there's a gap there. We have a program which we call First Time Dad, because the literature says that when a man becomes a father for the first time, there's a gap there. So First Time Dad. And then we have a different program which we call Legacy Dad, which is focused on men who live in more impoverished areas and with little frame of reference of being a father, because they don't know their grandfathers, their fathers. So it's an awareness program, and that is 3 sessions, 3-hour sessions. So it's only an awareness. Yeah. And the women, mother design, they call it, that's mostly women, but mostly married women. It's been predominantly those women. Did I answer your questions?
Thank you.
Okay. Since I know you came in quite towards the end, I'm not sure if you have any questions for Johannes, or you have something you want to ask him to elaborate on before we move on to the next person. Please unmute.
Sorry, I connected later, so I didn't hear much more like about what they are doing. So Johannes doing. So I'd like to hear more, because also I heard it's closer to me because I'm in Kailicha. So in terms of like where we can maybe collaborate and meet more and talk more, because operating on that area and
put your name on the chat, please. Oh, your number. Can you put your mobile number on the chat, please? I'll put mine there too.
I think you can private message him there. Yeah. Johannes, I think you finished quite earlier than planned, but thank you so much. And Tunzi, again, I've just posted the questions in the chat just for a reminder. You each have 12 minutes, 8 to present and 4 questions. So who would like to go next? Okay, not Marie, because I see she's a bit busy right now. Unless she wants to go.
I can go. Sorry, I have childcare today, so she's.
We understand. Working from home.
No, it's quite a challenge. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot share my screen, right, Julia? Only you can do that.
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, I just had a quick deck that I wanted to go through. It's easier to talk that way, but if not, I
enabled you. You can share.
Sure, thanks. Here we go. Okay, cool. So, Sesame Workshop in South Africa is the overarching name of the organization, but we are more known as Takalani Sesame, the television show. So our headquarters is based in New York in the USA, and then we have a footprint in more than 150 countries around the world. And so the legal entity is Sesame Workshop, but then the television show is Takalani Sesame. So Sesame Workshop's mission around globally is to help children grow smarter, stronger, and kinder. We know that the investment in the early years are the most important, and that 90% of brain development happens before the age of 5. Yet globally, as well as South Africa, ECD is still under-resourced. And in South Africa, before COVID, more than half of the children's countries below the age of 6 didn't have access to early learning opportunities. And since COVID has hit us, that is even worse since August last year. And so the work that we do in South Africa can be divided into 3 categories. We have our media production, which is our television show, Takalani Sesame. There we do lots of curriculum development, we do lots of testing. Everything we do is based in research. We test our episodes before, during, and after the show airs on SABC on children and families. We do needs analysis to get to our curriculum goals, and then we measure our impact according to that. Then we do lots of digital engagement. We have various digital platforms, our website, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. We will also reach children and families with resources, and we also did lots of resources and content on COVID-19 and how to cope with the pandemic for parents and their children on our digital platforms. And then the third one, where our male caregivers work fits into, is our Takalani Sesame in Communities work, where we do our direct services to communities. So I'm just going to speak to the third one for today. So we had 2 previous programs, Play Well and Be Happy and Play Every Day. A couple of years ago, Play Well and Be Happy was just in the Eastern Cape, where we trained 1,000 grade R educators in 3 districts in the Eastern Cape, in Buffalo City, Port Elizabeth, and Lusikisiki. And there we trained them on a play kit, and you can see a photo there of all the resources that was included in the kit, where we trained them on play-based learning and how to use that in your classroom. The other program was called Play Every Day, and here we tested play workshops on parents and caregivers. This was a multi-country program funded by the Lego Foundation. It was implemented in India, Mexico, as well as South Africa. In South Africa, we implemented in 3 provinces, Gauteng, Eastern Cape, and KwaZulu-Natal. And that was focused on female caregivers. So they attend play workshops with their children on a 12-week cycle. There we also promote and advocate for learning through play. Why is it important to learn through play? How can you support your child to learn through play? How does it link to brain development and all of those things? So those were the 2 previous programs that we had in South Africa. At the moment, we have 2 other programs. The one is called Play to Learn, which is funded by the Lego Foundation, and it's implemented in 3 provinces, Gauteng, Eastern Cape, and Free State, in specific districts in those 3 provinces. We implement with NGOs, so we contract NGOs to be our implementing partners in those districts. And this program has 4 prongs of programming. The one is working with play promoters to do capacity building on learning through play. These are with your government officials, provincial and district, HODs, principals, subject advisors, and all of those people surrounding teachers to support them to implement play-based learning in the classroom. The other one is educators capacity building, where we work with ECD educators on a 12-week program. They attend 6 training sessions, where we also provide them with resources and support them on how to implement learning through play through their curriculum in the classroom. Then the third one, which is built on Play Every Day that we did previously, is the play workshops for parents and caregivers, where they still attend the 12-week program, and I'll go into more detail on that for our male caregivers initiative. And then we also have social worker capacity building, where we work with social workers that do home visits, supporting children in overcoming adverse childhood experiences and building resilience. Our male caregivers initiative is funded by the Oak Foundation. It's a pilot that we are piloting until July 2021, where we look at equipping primary male caregivers with knowledge and skills to support equitable playful parenting practices in the household. We also want to determine how best we can address gender equity through multiple platforms, through our broadcasting channels, as well as our community engagement work. So for this, we have done a needs assessment in those 3 provinces, Gauteng, Eastern Cape, and Free State. And some of the findings was that we learned that fathers value play as important for their children's development and building confidence. But there's also significant barriers to play with their children. They don't have enough time together, limited resources, and there's lots of cultural norms and nuances that comes into play for them to access their children to be able to play with them. At the moment, we are implementing or piloting this program in Gauteng and Eastern Cape. They are continuing with the play workshops out of the 12-week cycle. Gauteng is around workshop 9 or 10 already, and Eastern Cape is about workshop 4 and 5. And so we are piloting this, and then we will draw up our findings and close the pilot towards July 2021. But this is a 12-week program where fathers attend with their children. It's a child parent dyad. They attend on a weekly basis for an hour-and-a-half structured program. We have play facilitators that take them through this whole program, where there's activities and help them to bond and play with their children. So our outcomes for our male caregivers are to increase their confidence in playing with their child, exhibit more positive parenting practices and nurturing interaction with their children, and then demonstrate changes in attitude and behavior that break down your stereotypical roles.
Sorry, Marie.
And that's it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, just on time. Okay. Awesome presentation. Thank you. Do we have any questions for Marie? Okay, Tunzi, please go ahead. Next is Kuru. You can go ahead, Tunzi.
Okay, I would like to find out to Marie if there's any chance to expand maybe to Western Cape or Cape Town somewhere.
Yes, sure. Thank you. So why we are in those 3 provinces at the moment is because of our funding of the Lego Foundation, and those are the areas that they're focusing on at the moment. And so we are leveraging our work that we are already doing in those provinces to pilot the Male Caregivers Initiative. So there's definitely a possibility for us after the pilot to go into other provinces. But as you know, it's all based on funding and funding requirements from your funder. But we are open to go into other provinces. It's not that we only just work in those 3 provinces. It's just at the moment we are only in those provinces. But we are very much open to go into other provinces as well, should funding permit us to do so.
Okay. Happy with the answer, Ntunzi?
I'm okay.
Cool. Awesome. Anybody else with a question, elaboration, anything to add? Kulu, you are next.
Thank you, Mary. I actually had the same question as in Tunzi, possible expansion in Limpopo, but you have clarified it. It's okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Kulu.
I guess that's it because there's only 3 organizations here. Maybe we'll then move to our feedback team member, Kulu.
Greetings once more. It's Kulu from Broadway Legacy Foundation that is operating in Limpopo. We actually just moved into the platform of training young men and establishing a men's forum. So we actually established it last year, November. When we were doing our visit in various communities, we realized a lot of men are unemployed, they are suffering in the hands of gender-based violence, where we also thought, oh, it's only women that are experiencing gender-based. So we realized that a lot of men are suffering that, and with limited access to, let's say, social services or SAPS responding to their queries. So since while we are running a human rights campaign in the area, so we decided, let's actually dig deeper to find out what are the real challenges that men are facing. So our focus is in the rural communities of Limpopo, where we currently have established a men's forum in 2 villages, which accommodates plus minus 30 young men. So we've got a program for men above the age of 29. And then we've got programs for adolescent boys and young men between the age of 9 and 29, where we train them on basic hygiene, on circumcision opportunities. So we try to bundle each and every aspects that they might need in their life, in their grooming. So our program activities includes weekly discussion with them, career guidance seminars, entrepreneurship seminars. We've got a WhatsApp group where we engage with them, sort of a support group for them in case they experience challenges or they want to discuss something with other men in the group, they can do so. We've got life skill training, and currently we're working on sustainability projects for those men, you know, to say, how can we help as an organization to take away the stress of unemployment? So they come up with different ideas and we go outsource for sponsors or funding to establish such programs. And at the end of the day, the impact is to create a safe space for men, because we think all these challenges are only experienced by women, but actually men are at the core of it. Because every day we are fighting gender equalities, but we are actually marginalizing men, especially young men as well. So we also empower the men with social and moral standing and parenting teachings as well. So at the end of this, it's more about the impact programs and also for them to sustain themselves after the programs that we are incorporating. waiting for them. So through all this, we have learned that there is still a lot to be done to empower young boys, because due to beliefs and traditional beliefs and doctrine, they are still a bit, you know, into that thing that a man has the last say in the house. And through this connection or collaboration, we would like to explore more opportunities and more programs that we can offer this young men, possibly how to run effective sustainability projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kulu. Anybody have a question for Kulu? Comment?
Thank you, Kulu. I might have missed it. What is the age group of the young men that you are working with?
Kulu, please unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mary. For the adolescent boys and young men, it's from the age of 9 to 29, but obviously we separate them according to programs. Thank you.
Thanks.
Tunzi, do you have any questions or comments? Are you good?
I would just like to thank Kolo for this initiative as well. They are doing on that side as well. My question is, like, how do you deal with a man? As I know, to that space, like, sometimes it's difficult to reach them. How do you reach them, the men?
Remember November last year, yes, we had an International Men's Day. So we used that platform, you know, with the local social workers and local organization to reach out to them. So it was more of a dialogue with them so that we can find out what are their challenges and how can we help. They actually open up, and we also in the organization have ambassadors, you know, a young man who's handling the whole initiative, who engages with them on a daily basis.
Happy, Mkunzi?
Yes, I'm happy.
Cool. There's a question for you in the chat, Kolo, from Simone. It's in what region are the 2 villages that you're working in?
We are currently working under the sub-district, Elias Motswaledi. So we're looking at Mararamatala, which is about 80 km away from Groblersdal, and also Masakaneng, which is about 10 kilos outside Groblersdal.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Yes, Ntunzi, please go ahead.
I'd like to find out if is any like support you're getting in terms of the funding and also the community. How's the reaction in terms of the communities and the outcomes as well from your participants? How's things going around there?
Thank you, Mutunzi. Currently, we do not really have sponsor for those programs. So we are relying on individual donors, and we've got a sponsor for the human rights program, which actually only covers the campaigns, the awareness, the dialogues that we do with the community. So this is another leg in our organization, which currently we are funding it from individual donors. So where you find there's an organization that wants to donate maybe let me say clothing, or they want to donate maize meal or food parcels or something that can add towards the current situation. So in short, we do not have funding. We're actually relying on individuals and other corporates that want to give into it. And the beneficiaries are reacting very well to it, because remember, it's something new in the village. There's never been an organization that actually reached out to men. So they are really coming to the party, if I can say that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kulu. Then we'll go to our remaining member to share. Tunzi.
Oh.
It's your turn now. And your time starts now. Please go ahead.
Okay, my name is Mtunzi Kagana. I'm a founder of Izenzo Daily Care. We focus to train fathers about parenting skill. We help them to become involved in their children's life. And we give them also the support and also the chance, the safe space for them to have to talk more and having some more, like in terms of like a deeper topics. So we are in the area, like we're operating in two areas, Kailicha and also the Philippi area as well. So these are areas like we're working on it. We having 3 meetings per week. Each meeting is just take 2 to 4 hours. It depends to those to the topics that we choose for those days. We also have like about 30 men now in our group, because we started 2 years back, but we still like focusing with those men and to make sure, like at least in terms of the progress. Because one thing, like we find out that most of the time, men they are keeping telling that they are supporting their children because of they are giving the money to their mothers or supporting with their money. But one thing we find out, they never spend even a little time with those kids. So, but they are spending times with their girlfriends as well. And also, they become to be the like more absent as well in the communities. And they like also in terms of to be ATM fathers. We call them the ATM fathers because they just spend the money, but the quality time, because the kids, most of the time, they just need their fathers, not the money. Most of the guys were not there, like in terms of supporting those children, even for going to the soccer, watching them, how they play and monitor the kids, because there's a lot of things like are happening in the communities that are wrong, that father can play a good role. So it's where like we started Izenzo to give that chance. The men also, we have 2 programs. We have the school programs where we're working with the boys at school. We're going to the schools. We train those schools from the age of 13 years up to because we go to the different schools. We start from the primary and also we go to the high school. And then also from the age of 13 years up to 18 years. And also we have the elders from the 18 years up to 40 years that we're dealing with them. It goes well because the men, they never have a space where they can like talk. And most of the time we're talking about the soccer, but the important things that we never talk about as a man is talk about the issues of the children, how we can raise our children, how we can give them the chance and take them and to be a role model to those kids. So yeah, that's what we working on, and it's our organization. We are 3 facilitators that we are training those fathers. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Mtunzi. Anybody got questions from Mtunzi? Comments? Please go ahead and share. Mari, were you trying to ask? Okay. In the chat, Simone has a question for you. Have you seen a change in the father's behavior?
Absolutely. We see more changes now, because even now, we started with a group of 10. As now, like we're expanding more guys now, because even we're doing also the one-on-one sessions with those men. And also we try to also to engage with those men, going to their houses as well, and see there's more changes and more like in terms of involvement there. And also we see there's a more changes now to the men's, and also some of them like they are recruiting more guys as well to come to our program. So we see the changes in terms of, as you can see, like as you know that there's a lot of things are happening in the community, most especially in the townships where the kids get killed. So we now you can see the men are taking a stage, like in terms of our program. They are there most of the time, trying to also to uplift those young boys and the girls as well to be part of it. So there are more changes like that we see in our communities.
Awesome, thank you. Another question from Simone is, do you use social media to communicate?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page at this moment. We call it Izenzo Dead Care, but I will share more as well on the timeline as well.
Okay, great. Another question from Kulu is the duration for the program? I'm sorry, Kulu, I can't see. What is the duration for the program you offer? So how long are they in your program for? 3 months, a year? How long?
We having two like categories. One is a 6 months, and other one is a year, and the third one it's a ongoing process. We're calling it ongoing process. The 6 months we check also the situation, if there's any relationship with your kids for those fathers. So we train them for 2 months, like in terms of the parenting skills, and then after that we're doing work in terms of the mentoring, also for that 6 months mentoring, and also do some side visit to those men. So we're doing that in the communities, and we engage more with we're trying to strengthen the family unit. So we're trying to get more so that we can see the progress of the fathers. So that's why we're still now carrying with those few fathers we're working with, the 30 of fathers we're working with at this moment.
Okay. I have a question for you, Mtunzi. So
yes.
For the mentoring, so you've got 30 men. Do these 30 men also mentor other men, or you just keep it it's just them getting from the program? Do they share what they learn somewhere that you are aware that they are doing? I think Mtunzi, we lost him a bit. He seems frozen here. Mtunzi, are still there? Okay. I think we may have, yeah, we did lose Mtunzi. Okay. Anything else anybody would like to share extra? You feel you are burning to share here, or we are all good? Kulu, is that a yes? I see you nodding. You're good. Okay. Mari, are you good? Oh, good. Okay. Simone. Okay. Candace, are you also good? Do you have any questions you want to ask, or you're good? Trying to see Candace in the chat. Okay, not sure. Awesome.